What's up, Pokemaniacs? I am the Online Orphan, and I am your analyst for Season 2 of the Pokemon Ubers League, or PUL for short. And here we are with another draft analysis for a coach that we are familiar with ourselves from the LCC Draft League, that is the Albany Dragonites. So we're going to be going over this team right here, talk about it a little bit, and we'll be good to go. So, starting off with one of his Uber picks, he's got the Dawn Wings Necrozma, or Lunala Lacrozma, however you want to call it. This thing obviously hits incredibly hard from the special side compared to its counterpart in the Dusk Main Necrozma. This thing can set up, this thing can sweep. This thing is going to hit incredibly hard. Really love the design of this Pokemon and looking forward to seeing how it plays out in this league here. He's got the Kyurem Black. Kyurem Black, such a great mixed attacker, hard-hitting dragon and ice type Pokemon. This thing is so impossible to switch into because it has great physical coverage, great special coverage, can be banded, can be specs, can be scarf, can be sub-roost. This thing is just really difficult to try and figure out and just hits incredibly hard. Next up, he's got the Togekiss. Togekiss, a great fairy and flying type Pokemon, can be a bulky set throw around paralysis with Thunder Wave and then hacks you to death with Air Slash. Can roost for recovery, defog as well, of course. Can be more of an offensive set as well with something like a Scarf. Does get access to things like Aura Sphere and Heat Wave, so Togekiss, just a really overall great Pokemon, and a really nice pairing with the Kyurem Black there. I like that 1-2 punch there. I'm looking forward to seeing those two in combination. Next up is the Snorlax. Snorlax is just an unbelievable blob to try and break through, obviously. This thing can set up with Belly Drum thanks to its Gluttony ability, get all of its health back with one of those 50% berries. This thing can set up Curses, raising its attack and defense. Assault Vest for attacks is completely viable as well. Snorlax's huge HP stat and really good defenses just make it a difficult Pokemon to take down. Stab Return, and then hitting with things like Crunch, Earthquake, Elemental Punches. Snorlax, really fantastic Pokemon. Next up is the Jolteon. Jolteon, a great fast electric type, which is a staple to most draft teams in the format. And Jolteon is, without a doubt, one of the fastest, tying in speed with Tapu Koko. This thing obviously gets its electric moves, also coverage with some things like Shadow Ball, Signal Beam. It also gets the fun move in Synchronize, so that's definitely something I hope to see at some point in the league. This thing could be a nice mix set, as well as it does get some interesting physical moves such as Facade to pair with the Flame Orb Quick Feet set. However, the Volt Absorb much more likely for certain situations. Next up is the Sceptile, regular Sceptile, hard-hitting grass-type Pokemon. This thing can set up as well, I believe with Coil, so definitely interesting and looking to see what regular Sceptile can do in this draft league format here. Kecleon is next. Kecleon is such a great tier 5 Pokemon. Its Protean ability changing its type to whatever its move that it selects. Priority with Fake Out. This thing can set up Stealth Rocks. This thing can priority with Shadow Sneak and become a Ghost type. Kecleon is really just a great utility Pokemon, and definitely one of the best tier 5 Pokemon in the draft. Next up is one of the most disgusting Megas in the game, and that is Mega Metagross. Mega Metagross just hits so hard. It just hits so hard. Stab, Zen, Headbutt is just really difficult to switch into. Even if you have the Dark type, this thing has got you covered because this thing can pack things like Hammer Arm, obviously Meteor Mash, priority with Bullet Punch. Mega Metagross is really just disgusting and so difficult to switch into. Next up, he's got the Feraligatr. Feraligatr can set up with Dragon Dance, increase its speed and attack, and then hit you with those Stab Waterfalls. Does have priority in Aqua Jet as well. And fast water types are certainly, if you don't have an answer to a priority Aqua Jet, you could be in a lot of trouble. So Looking forward to the Feraligatr, as well as the Emboar here in the next pick. Emboar, Choice Banded Emboar, just hits so hard. Stab, Flare Blitz. This thing also gets Wild Charge, which is ridiculous to hit those water types. But again, Emboar, physical fire type, so it can't be burned. Is just a really great Pokemon in the draft format. He's got the Rotom Fan up next. All of the Rotoms now with access to Defog, making them much more appealing in the Draft League format. Rotom Fan, obviously one of the lower tiered Rotoms, with things like Wash and Heat being the much more appealing ones. But Rotom Fan can certainly get the job done as well, spreading around status, defogging away hazards, things like that. And last but not least, he's got the mascot pick. He's got Dragonite. Dragonite can obviously set up with Dragon Dance and proceed to sweep from there. Dragon Claw, Earthquake, Fire Punch, and a couple of others. Obviously, this thing pairs very well with a Z Crystal if it can have it. And Dragonite, again, also gets priority with extreme speed, so really need to watch out for the Derp Dragon, as it is called. So looking over the team overall, like I said, really like the Kyurem Black and Togekiss pairing there. He's got his cores really well set up, of course. Sceptile, Feraligatr, Emboar, Mega Metagross, Togekiss, Kyurem Black. Like, add Mega Metagross into that initial pairing I was talking about. That is so disgusting. Like, I don't know what you do against those three Pokemon. And even if you don't bring Kyurem Black, if it's Dragonite, Togekiss, Mega Metagross, that's still really, really disgusting. And then he's still got the Snorlax and the Dawnwings Necrozma that you got to watch out for. So this is a really powerful looking team, and I'm really looking forward to seeing how it plays out in the league. So if you guys like this video, go ahead and show your love down below on that like button. Subscribe if you haven't already for all of our great Draft League content. Once again, I am the Online Orphan, and I am signing out.